I have officially taken my DNA test. James. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Honest Mom, and this is the channel of Mod Podge of things. I have been decluttering. I have been showing you my homeschool journey. I've been talking just about being a mom in general. If you're into that kind of stuff, please subscribe down below, and I hope you enjoy this video. This is a catch-up video. Tonight, me and my husband are going to the Marine Corps ball here in Portland. It's for a reserve unit. If you don't know, my husband is medically retired through the Marine Corps, so we can still do things like go to the Marine Corps ball. We just have to call a unit and piggyback onto their Marine Corps ball. I got a new haircut. I have been perming my hair for a couple months, and I just recently dyed it this dark color, and I'm digging it. I love it so much. I figured no better time like the present, face done, nails done, hair done, all of it done, to update video, because lately I've been feeling super self-conscious, and I think you know what that feels like. One thing I will say before I start all this, something I've been having to define and figure out, and the reason why I haven't been posting videos updating on what's been happening is, up to this point, a lot of my story has mostly been about me and mostly been relevant to just me and what I've been going through and my feelings. This last like 3 months, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened that has to do more with people in my life and connected to my life. And I've had to, as a, I don't want to say I'm an influencer, I don't really have a following, but as someone who's so present in social media, I have to find the line where like my story starts and stops and where someone else's story kind of is intermingled, because it isn't cut and dry. Let's say, for example, I had a really hard time in childhood, but the only way to explain that, I have to explain stuff about my parents, my grandparents, and my aunts and uncles and all that. I have to decide what is respectful to share, what is relevant to just my side of the story, and what is me spreading gossip and other people's stories that's just not respectful to do. So I've had a lot of stuff happen to me over the last probably 3 to 4 months that has a lot more to do with other people's lives that I'm involved in than it does with mine. Had to figure out what I can and can't share, but there's been a lot happening. I can share with you that we totaled a car, we purchased a car, we purchased a second car, so 2 total cars. The first car we bought broke down, and then we had to buy another car. We had to junk car number 1 that we purchased, which was super frustrating. We had it for a grand total of 3 months. That I can share because that has everything to do with me. I enrolled Frankie part-time in school, which has taken a lot of my daily energy, but it's helped him. He goes for gym, music, and they do some like collaborative science stuff, but mostly it's to get him to burn off energy away from the home, because as of right now, my mental energy is so low, I just can't do that for him. I still do his curriculum, and I'm still doing my father's world. We're finishing up the last half of his first grade curriculum. I'm late starting him, however, as a homeschool mom, you want to define that. So that's taken up a lot of energy. My sister moved in with her new cat, and the cat is so cute, but she eats all my plants, and I had started a new houseplant habit, and a lot of my plants have bit the dust and or had to go into a corner of a deep dark cave in order to not die. And then another thing we've been trying to do is we have a large, probably 350 square foot shed in our backyard that we want to renovate. It isn't that we've done a lot to this point, but it feels like every step of the way, the renovation has kind of gotten a wrench thrown in it, which makes me like second guess whether or not it's worth it, even though I know it'll be worth it. It's just frustrating. Like, Will went to go buy the windows and the sliding glass door we want to put in it, and then that's when our car broke down in the middle of a highway with the windows in it and Will in it. I went to Kentucky to visit my mom, little sister, and my little brother for 2 weeks. And I was just catching up with them and how life is. And kind of the biggest thing that has happened though, that I don't know if some of you guys are here from, but 2 years ago, I was really pursuing my biological father. And I will link that video up and maybe insert here. So what had happened was one guy came back and it was like 90% negative that he was not my dad. And then there was another one and he was like 40% or 60% inconclusive. And then the third one was never tested because by the time my mom realized that the other two were not likely, the third one, she couldn't find him. Last night I wrote the only man that at the time I had any like information for, and I asked him if he could give me a DNA test, but I don't think he's on Facebook very much, and I'm not entirely sure that he's going to be willing since he already took a test and it said inconclusive, and from what I understand he's pretty sure that I am not his, which if you did the deed, I don't really know how you could be so sure that it wasn't you. I wasn't feeling too good about just leaving it at asking this guy, even though all I really want is a definite no from, so let's say guy number 1 that tested negative. I want guy number 2 to test so that I could have a definite no, so that when I go to find guy number 3, I have like some sort of backing to say all of my other options have been exhausted and I know it's been 28, 29 years, but could you please just give me a test so that I can know. I don't want daddy. I don't want to come to Christmas. I don't want any of that. I just want to know. It's stupid. I have plenty of family. I have so many loving people in my life. I don't know why I care, but I do. I don't know why I want to know, but I do. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. And so today I didn't really let it lie. And I tried to find the other guy, the third, because guy number 2 didn't write me back. The 40% the inconclusive one never wrote me back last night, and I don't know when he's going to get on Facebook again. This is guy number 3, according to the information that my mom had. He has a son, and I wrote his son to see if he would be willing to ask his dad if he knew my mom, and I sent a picture and her name. And he was like, I'm sorry, I can't. It would destroy my family. And I tried to reassure him. I was like, I don't need anything. I don't need your dad to be my dad. I don't want to be your sister. I just want to know. I don't need anything. I'm fine. I have like my kids, I have my husband, I just want to know. And he's like, I'm sorry, I can't. It would destroy my family. Granted, he's young. He's 21. So maybe it's just a matter of like him growing up and asking when he's older. I don't know, but I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to mess with people's families, but I would like to say that I did nothing except be born. I didn't choose to not know my father. I didn't choose to be a product of someone's irresponsibility. I'm not trying to blame anybody, but I am not the one to blame for wanting to know either. All of that to be said, after that video, that was I think 2017, I waited about 1.5 years and then I attempted to reach out to mom and in April, and then in July she passed away before she had a chance to read my message. And then in September of 2019, so this is all 2019, April, July, September 2019, a series of random events happened, and sister checked her mom's social media, saw my message, told about my message. Amazing. So I'm not gonna share a whole lot about their story because again, it's not my story and this is kind of where the struggle's been. But I will say, I have officially taken my DNA test, is my father, and I've met him. And I wish that every single child that finds their biological parent later in life had an experience like mine. It wasn't over the top. It was so genuine. He brought me flowers, which I don't usually like love flowers, but he brought me flowers in the gesture of this basic stranger bringing flowers to me, even though I turned his world upside down. And his wife was very accepting and sweet. And we sat and talked for 5 hours, and it was his family's history, what he does for fun, what I do for fun, talking about my kids. They have a son, and talking about raising the son, and about my brother, which I have another brother and he has a wife, and they're super cute. I haven't met them yet, but that's in the works. So a lot of life has happened, and the declutter has kind of stopped for a lot of reasons. I think Will is feeling extremely overwhelmed, and it's still kind of his month, and I'm trying to give him grace. My house has felt so great being decluttered, but that's really where we've been, we've had cars break down, bought 3 vehicles, moved my sister in, visited my mom in Kentucky, found my bio dad, and took a DNA test and met him. Life has just been crazy. I think it's starting to slow down and I'm starting to feel calm. I have recently, I know a lot of YouTubers talk about talk space, but I know that it's not for everyone, but there were some really tough moments where a weekly visit to a counselor wouldn't have been enough because there was so much stuff happening. Like every day something new was coming. If you don't know what Talkspace is, I'm not sponsored or anything. Obviously, I only have like 200 subscribers, which by the way, I also hit 200 subscribers in this time. Thank you so much. I am so excited that I am reaching people and that I'm finding like-minded people out there, and I see you, and I did notice I've just had a lot going on and I'm really sorry. But anyway, Talkspace is a program where you can text, you can send voice clips, you can send videos to a therapist. They respond to you 5 days out of the week, and they don't give you like back and forth banter all day, but what mine does is twice a day she'll check my message and she'll give me a really thought out answer and help me process what's happening. And then she does that twice a day, Monday through Friday, and then on the weekend she takes off. And at first I was like, that doesn't seem like very much time, and it's a little bit expensive. Maybe not compared to traditional therapy, but it's expensive for an app. I will tell you, it was a literal lifesaver because I have been losing my actual mind. And she's been helping me like calm down, figure out my boundaries, figure out what's my responsibility, what isn't my responsibility, what the best way to handle a situation is, how to be respectful of myself and the people I'm dealing with in these moments. And anyway, that's my update. I know that it's a lot, and I'm surprised I haven't gone Britney Spears and just shaved my head. I probably would have, except I have weird spots on my scalp that are like flat and I have scars and stuff. But yeah, it's been nuts. And I am so thankful that even during this time, you guys have been still viewing my content and supporting my channel. And I really hope to get back to it because I really enjoy all of it, all of the video editing and talking and reaching people and making relationships with you guys. And it isn't that I don't value and I don't make it a priority. It's just I have to take care of my family and myself before I do this too. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to get the declutter back going. Not entirely sure when because the holidays are coming. It's coming, it's in the works. I'm gonna do it. And anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.